Good morning, traders. This is a live trade recap. It's 4:45 basically in the morning here, and I'm done with my pre-market trading. I took one trade on Biol, and I got it on video. So I started recording right before 4. But just so you know, I don't get up and just open this up and start trading. I get up usually around 3:40 and read through my strategy and decide what I'm looking for, those kinds of things. And once again, the pre-market list updated a little differently on my laptop, or more currently, I should say. So I was going by that at first, and then eventually my desktop caught up. So KOSS I was looking at, but if it didn't break the high of the aftermarket, I wasn't interested. Although obviously there was a nice little move here, but there's no way really to catch that. So BIOL did exactly what I wanted KOSS to do, which is to break the high of the previous session. So now I'm watching it and just waiting for a pullback. So here it is right here, starting to pull back. Okay, so now it pulls back to the high day. So really what I normally look for is like the ABCD pattern, where starts down low, it goes to some high, that's the B, and then pulls back about 50% and then continues higher. So if you're looking at the stock from that context, this pattern may not look so good because it's pulling all the way back down to where it started. But I think it's quite different when it's the high of day. If it comes back down to the high of day and the high of day holds, then that's a strong support. And maybe it's more of a reversal play at that point, but I think it's the point I'm trying to make is that it's not weak because it pulled all the way back to where it started, because it's coming back to the high of day. Not necessarily weak. If it breaks down through the high of day, then it is weak. So when it showed support here, and then so then this candle opened up higher than this one, that's when I got in, because I wanted to see the break of this candle. Now, with these stocks, these are penny stocks. You have to buy 100 shares, and I don't feel that comfortable with them. Partly for that reason, they're expensive for me, because 8% of my account is about $40. So this is already putting myself out there in a pretty big way. So I don't feel that comfortable holding these to 2R, which that's my problem. So I go ahead and try to sell 75% here at 64 cents. I put in my limit order. I get filled. This thing starts to go higher. When it hits 650, I try to sell, 65 cents, I try to sell half again. And I get filled at 641 because it's kind of bouncing around. So now, I only have 13 shares, so I feel like, okay, I can hold this and let it run for a while and just see what happens. So when it came down below this candle, I got a little bit worried that it was getting weak, and I sold half again because it was coming near my entry. At this point, since I've sold, in the profit, if it came down and touched my entry, if I saw 62.75 here, I would sell the rest of the shares. but I never did. Then it continues higher, breaks through this high, which is a great sign of strength. Goes all the way to 71 cents, a little more. But I don't have really enough shares to sell half again, I don't think, at least. Although I do when this thing gets weak. Right here. So basically at this point I was just practicing, like, how long can I hold this thing, even though I know, selling 3 shares or 4 shares for 4 or 5 cent move is not a real legitimate profit or anything. I'm just practicing holding these in for a longer time. Oh, I just want to show you one thing that was kind of interesting. So notice when this candle formed, actually I think it was this one here, and then when the volume bar formed, look how much volume this was. It was, you can see it over here in the 5-minute too. This was the most volume of the pre-market. And over 100,000 shares traded on that 1-minute candle at 4:15 in the morning. So basically I figured if that's not enough buying volume to keep the price above that level, that the stock becomes weak at that point. So basically when the price comes down below this candle, I figured that it's starting to look pretty weak again. And it does come down. So that's where I sell half again. Now it looks like that level's acting as support, which makes sense because there was so much volume here. So it should bounce off of that level in reverse. But it continues to come down. And so I sold half again. And now it looks like it's going to do a real reversal here. And then it comes back around the other way. And then, let's see. Yeah, then once I have decided at this point, if this level gets broken, I'm going to sell the rest. And it does. I gave it some time. So it came all the way down to 64. And I sold out. So I made, let's see, $1.33 off of that trade, which is a 2.12% return. Nothing great. In fact, the worst thing is that it did go to 2R, and I would have made $4 off of it, which is more than double what I made. So that's not really good. But these stocks, those penny stocks, I'm not very comfortable with yet. So it is what it is. And the reason why I traded it was because it was the number 1 volume traded stock this morning. See, so it's like, okay, now it's not anymore. KOSS is. Oh, you know what? No. See, this is what's messed up, is on my desktop, it's not showing BIOL. And BIOL is still the top gainer. Because BIOL is trading with 1.57 million shares versus 151,000. So why it's not showing here on my desktop, I have no idea, but it's showing up on my laptop, and that's why I always have these open on both computers. So anyway, yeah, that's that. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this trade or any others that I take, and I will see you at the open. Take care.